Hey, Chef Chris Wessely here. I'm super pumped to show you this fun mixology class because we're kind of pairing the alcohol with some food and something that's near and dear to my heart. We're playing with sake, we're playing with white wine. I want to show you how to infuse smoke into it. But before I do that, I also want to show you how to just make it taste better. Let's say you don't even want to smoke them and you pick up some mediocre, okay, on sale, dry wine or any kind of wine that you have, and you know that you have these decanters that are meant to aerate them. You ever thought of using a blender? Novel concept, right? I just happen to have a ninja little guy right here. I'll put a little bit of vino in here. No big deal. Put the top on. We'll give it a quick blend. It's such a simple hack. It's so much fun. I'm gonna plug in my little guy here. And it's fun, again, for your friends, too, just to see this, making you that hero at your next dinner party. Hopefully there's, no kids sleeping. Sounds pretty sweet. All right. Boom. Ta-da. It's like bubbly. But that'll go away very quickly. But we just quickly aerated this thing. I need to find a glass. Oh, look at this. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Perfect glass of wine, and now you've essentially aerated it so fast. No need to wait. So beautiful. This is great. Kind of fun for the guests, and it does really, truly enhance any glass of wine. So I suggest you guys give it a try. Try it at home, and tell me what you guys think. Okay, so that was a fun hack, but really, I think you're here to find out how do we smoke this wine. So the wine I chose is a Pinot Grigio. Pinot Grigios are typically more on the dry side, less sweet. We could do this with the Riesling too, which is a little bit more sweeter, and that has nice notes of some flavor. You can pretty much do it with any wine. In fact, you could do it with any cocktail. A lot of people don't even do it with wine. I want to make it subtle. So, because when you think of smoking cocktail, you're using heavier smoke. You're using hickory and all that stuff. Think of bourbon and stuff, right? So, but if we're talking about something as delicate as wine, we don't want to smoke it with something so heavy. So I went and opted for either cherry or apple works really great. And in fact, here I have on a board, I only have one piece of cherry, right? But I also added a few more buddies to the party. Here we go. So I have some cloves. I have 3 cloves here. Sitting on top of the cloves, this is cinnamon bark. I picked it up at the Indian store along with star anise. I thought that'd kind of give some complexity. And I have some fresh rosemary here too. And I think that is just going to kind of bring everything together. So again, find a fun combination that works for you and experiment. But this is the stuff that I'm going to choose to do. Now, again, this is and then the board I have, I'm going to be using to smoke this on. Again, I'm doing this. I'm showing you how to do this at home. Some of you guys have these fancy smokers. Don't have that. If you don't have one, don't worry about that. They have all different kind of fun ones. Now you could find them online. But this way, I just found some cedar planks that you could pick up at the store. Like a grocery store that you typically would cook on, those cedar planks. I cut it in half. And this one I've already used, and you will char this. You keep this. You can keep this forever. Keep charring on it. It just keeps adding more flavor, right? So here I'll just take a new one just to kind of show you what it looks from the beginning to the end. And we will go ahead and char this. Put this in here where you know that the glass will then be able to kind of cover the whole area, right? So make sure that they're all close where it's covered. I noticed I also picked glassware that kind of is beveled a little bit more towards the top. The idea is that it's going to hold some of that smoke kind of inside the chamber here. Okay, and then and then again, the other thing I also have, guys, is what do we use to torch this thing? So a lot of you guys have those fancy torches that they use for creme brulee. But maybe if go down to your workshop, and I actually dug this out because when I was doing some stuff in home remedy stuff, same thing. Got a torch. It's a high flame, very precise. This is really for doing copper, cooking or whatever. My wife's off screen is laughing at me. Finding more uses for stuff at home. So I grabbed these things. Again, this is at Home Depot, Lowe's, super cheap. You can buy refills of these guys. Or again, if you want to go to Amazon, you can buy yourself one of those little flame guys that's meant. It's a little bit more smaller, handier to do this. But guys, go big or go home. I'm going to use the real deal, and we're going to play with fire, and we're going to smoke this guy. Now, before I do, I told you something that's near and dear to my heart. I actually have already just some beautiful salmon. This is Scottish salmon that I have off screen here. And I've already for 15 minutes had a chance to go ahead and give it a quick brine in some salt water. And I'm going to go ahead and fabricate this and make a little sashimi because I think this would be fun to eat along with the wine or the sake I'm serving. So again, 15-minute brine is all I need. 5 tablespoons salt, 2 quarts of water. Ice water is great. And then you're going to sip this. It's going to help in the integrity of the feeling of the flesh. It's going to tighten it up a little bit. We're going to infuse, because salt is hygroscopic, it's going to impregnate itself, that salt into the flesh. It's going to make that protein just shine and taste even more immaculate. And if you notice, this kind of, I patted it dry. I created this kind of like this film on here too, which is great. You could use that same application for whether you're going to fry this or cook it. Here in this situation, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some fun sashimi out of this thing. Forget about it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Probably using the wrong knife here for this, but I am going to just go ahead and cut it this way. I'm just going to shave off this bit end like this. I'm going to take this nice beautiful piece. I'm going to trim it just a bit more. Whenever you cut, you're going to cut, against the grain. So again, we could cut this bit out, but again, it's all just delicious stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this just like this, and I'm going to go ahead and you can go nice and thin slices just like this. So we're going to put that right there for you to see. We have, again, our combination of all of these different like aromatics that I'm going to be flaming. I'm going to go ahead and flame it, turn it on. We're playing with fire, folks. I should give a disclaimer, shouldn't I? We want enough flame that's concentrated that's going to like allow this all to catch on fire so that it does give us some smoke. Immediately, I'm going to cover this guy and watch that chamber just fill with some beautiful smoke that's inside there, right? Oh yeah, look at that. See that? See how that's just filling with all this smoke? It's great. And once I fill that chamber with enough smoke and I feel adequate, again, we're looking for a light smoke. We're not looking for heavy. Again, because the subtleness of the fish as well as the sake or the wine is important. I'm just going to go ahead and transfer this guy right on over to this. Look at that. Now we're smoking salmon, folks. Just like this. It doesn't take long, again, to get the smoke to happen. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have to make a choice now between whether I want to do like wine or sake. I might just go, because we're going sashimi, I'm going to go sake, but you could do this with your favorite white wine as well. And again, notice I picked a kind of just, this is probably the sake you probably find at the grocery store. It's super cheap, anywhere from $7 to $10 for the bottle. And the reason why is because the rice is not as polished as the more expensive stuff. So the flavor is still beautiful, but it's a little bit more plain and not so much subtlety to it, right? So I'm looking for that because I'm going to enhance it a bit more. You can do the same thing with wine. You don't have to go top shelf wine. We're enhancing it. We're having fun with it. And again, how novel and how fun is this? So as soon as I pull this off like so, we've smoked, added some smoke to this. I'm going to lift this up. I'm going to add some sake to this, and then watch this happen. I'm just going to give it a quick swirl. Oh yeah, look at that. We're trying to infuse that smoke into the sake, okay? And then I'm going to give it a quick taste. Oh, that's so different. I drink this like typically warm and hot. It's so different. This is you could do this chilled, which is actually great. There's a very light smoke to it, but it's not even smoky because what we've really done is we've infused the other flavors, the rosemary and the cloves. It kind of comes through. The bouquet that hits your face is going to be a little bit of that smokiness, but then the flavor that resounds like at the end also has those subtle flavors, which is fantastic. So, if you are ready for some sashimi, we're going to go ahead and place this on the plate. Now we could doll this thing up. Might as well, right? We could put a little bit of this here. You always opt for a little bit more premium soy sauce if possible. And of course, if you have some, if you have some wasabi on hand. But again, we're just kind of grabbing some stuff that I just got in my fridge. But let's just give this a quick taste. You know, look how like thin and beautiful. Again, we're talking sashimi. That's just a small little bit here. Let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. Now, wow, what a weird, whoa. That's like party in your mouth, because the saltiness and sweetness from the soy sauce is playing. You got the smokiness that you're not quite sure what exactly the smoke is. It's not like exactly like smoked salmon. It resembles that, but there's this other kind of flavor that's coming through, and ultimately this very rich, velvety fattiness comes through on the salmon. Such a fun way to do this. Now, so again, explore, have fun. What a fun pairing. That this could be like a great, you know, appetizer party. If you're having a wine party, it could be a fun demo. And again, you don't need the sashimi. You just go ahead and have fun mixing up your favorite wine or your sake with infused smoke. It's not just for cocktails, folks. You could also use it for wine. There it is, Chef Wessely, guys. Enjoy, experiment, always have fun. And cheers until next time. Thanks. That's so good. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Again, my name is Chef Chris Wessely, and I'm a professionally trained chef, graduated valedictorian, and top of my class. I'm now vlogging fun tutorials like this just for you. My goal, make you the hero at your next dinner party. My recipes can be found down below in the description, and if you like my videos, please show me love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Like my recipes, it's totally free to do so, and honestly, it will encourage me to continue putting out more videos just like this. Thank you so much again for all of your love and support, and until next time, friends, keep it rippin' in the kitchen. Cheers.